Alright. Hello, everybody. So there's about a 19-second lag between when I'm talking and what I'm seeing on the screen here. So I'm going to have to find out how to fix that at one point in the future. So welcome to I Love Sketchup, issue 58. Let's do this. I'm just going to pull out my drawing tablet right here. You're right, maybe I should get... What's up? Hello, Isaac. Hi, Eric. Some weird disembodied voice kidnapped you last week. He's still here. I've got like a little thing I use to cover up my camera every now and then. I just don't trust the world. One more month before Comic-Con. So excited. Oh, you know it. I'm super excited for that too. Whoops. That's all wrong. Okay, so I'm gonna wait like another minute or so, and then I'll start taking requests. Guys or gals for the sketch? Actually, I'm not doing any OCs anymore. I've been doing too many OCs, and fusing OCs with OCs is too much OCs. I gotta take a break. I think I'm gonna make like a thing where maybe every month, like first Tuesday of the month, I'll do OCs, or I might do something where it's like, if you want to suggest OCs, you gotta follow me on Patreon, or I don't know. I'm gonna do something like that, but for now, it's too many OCs. So I want like licensed characters, please. Can't wait to see you there. Oh, it's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited for a talk-a-thon. So for this sketch, I don't know, but just hook me up with some licensed stuff, and then I'll mash them up to make my own thing out of it. Because it's not like I wasn't having fun doing OCs, it's just that at one point I had like a bunch of people looking at all these drawings, and they'll comment and they'll be like, I don't know who any of these people are or who they're mashed up with, and I'm like, maybe I can do more OCs in the future when I'm more popular, but as it is now, I have like 5 people watching me do this live streaming adventure, so because of that, not popular enough to get away with just drawing OCs all day long. Howdy! How you doing, Zaradi? Hey, Zoo. Alright, so I'm going to start taking requests. Please write them down in the comment section on the side here. Just tell me what you'd like to see me draw, and I'll mash it up. I don't know if I'm going to do Atomic Betty. Isaac, you were too quick on the draw. I have to ask people before you start telling me what you want. Come on, bro. Azuka or Mia, Monster Musume. Atomic Betty. Spike Spiegel or Fei Long. Oh boy, all sorts of different ones coming in here. Alright, give me a second. Let's see. How am I gonna fuse Spike Spiegel with Atomic Betty? Okay, hold on a second here. Because I've never drawn Atomic Betty, and I have no idea who that is, I think I'm going to draw her. But I need to find like a good reference photo shot of her. That's not a particularly nice illustration. Okay, let's do something like that. References, please. Alright, let's make this a little bigger. So we've got Atomic Betty. After Atomic Betty, I'm going to do Mia from Monster Musume because I love Mia so much. Yeah, but Zeno, I know, like, all right, I can't do everybody's. Like, I'm not gonna make a mashup of like 10 different people, or it's just gonna look. You won't be able to tell who's who unless I like Frankenstein it and give it like the arm of this person and the head of this person. And I'm not. I don't want a Frankenstein monster, unless I do want a Frankenstein monster. But I really like Mia a lot. I'm a huge Monster Musume fan. So I think I'm gonna go with one Mia. Let me see if I can't find like a good illustration. Oh, here we go. That's perfect. Alright, so we've got Mia. Let me just make her a little bigger here. And I think I could maybe throw one more into there. Who should we put in there? Ulala's pretty good, but she looks a lot like Atomic Betty. I mean, you could argue that Atomic Betty's wearing like an alternate costume for Ulala. Sharon Apple. From Macross Plus. How come I don't remember this character? And I've totally seen Macross Plus. Well, I guess I saw it like right when it came out. There seems to be a bunch of different versions of her too. No, I don't think she's gonna mix well. Pudding from Space Channel 5. Too much like Atomic Betty again. Try and think of something way different. Like, I'm mixing Atomic Betty up with Monster Musume here. Like, this is weird. Like, when I fuse it together, it'll look good. Chun-Li. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's fuse it with Chun-Li. That's random and out there. Chun-Li. Copy image. Alright, I should get something pretty cool out of these three. Let's just pump that up. Oh, I am not on the right kind of brush. There we go. That's a little better. And let me just lower my opacity a tiny bit. And shrink down my brush because it's way too big. Also, I have like this fear that I've got too many programs open right now. No, it should work. Okay. Alright, let's do this. I always start off by saving after finding my reference. It'd be pretty crummy if for some reason my thing crashed on me. It happens sometimes. Rarely, but it happens. Always good to save. Alright, let's see here. Chun-Li is known for having solid legs, right? But this girl's gonna have a snake body, so this is gonna be a weird one to try and pull together. Hold on, if I can get this like this. Maybe I can do something like that. Have her tail coming in like this. that. And I'll try and give her like a look like she's maybe some sort of like wrestler or something, because I know Chun-Li with her martial arts will work well, and this girl's like singing. I don't know if she like normally sings as Atomic Betty. Anyone know anything about Atomic Betty here? Is she like somebody that sings regularly, or is this just like a random occurrence? The guy who designed Chun-Li had a big fetish for big legs. This weirded out Yoko when he made a very long description of why he liked them to her. That's funny. But yeah, if anyone happens to know if Atomic Betty sings on a regular basis, I would like to know this, because I'm about to give this girl a microphone. Now, I could always give her like a microphone and have it look like it's coming from the ceiling, so that it really feels more wrestler. We can do something like this. Atomic Betty, toughest chick in Alien World. Oh, alright, cool. Then let's do something like this. We gotta somehow fuse her Atomic Betty logo with Chun-Li's outfit. And this D thing that Mia has on her head for some weird reason. I never liked that thing on her head. I know she's got it on both sides of her, and it's like, I guess it's made to look like it's snake eyes or something like that, but I always thought it just looked terrible. Anyway, I'm going to put it on her because it's a classic thing for her. Let's get her hair in there like that. Ooh, no. I'm not going to do it like that. That is very Atomic Betty-ish. But Chun-Li's got the buns, so maybe I can just put the buns. I almost want to give her pigtails. Pigtails might actually work. Alright, let's try giving her pigtails. There we go. Like that, I guess. She's an intergalactic hero and has a double life on Earth. I'm not sure, it's been a long time. Alright, pigtails it is. Plus, pigtails are my favorite, so I'm gonna do it. I don't get to draw them nearly as much as I like to, although I do draw them pretty often. Oh no, not like that. Let's bring this the whole way through like this. So she doesn't sing, it's just for the music video of the theme song. Right, well, I'm giving her a microphone anyway. She has it in that picture, so I'm giving her one. And like I said, I'm going to try and give her, like, a real wrestler kind of view. Like, I'll even give her, like, the atomic logo on her chest here. Let's make that spike out a little more, I think. give her these gloves, Atomic Betty style. And then here I'm going to give her the Chun-Li spikes. Plus with a name like Atomic Betty, you could totally spin this character off like she's a wrestling villain. Like the heel, even though she should be the good guy. I'm fusing her with 3 good people, and somehow she's turning into the villain. Maybe she'll be like a Dwayne Johnson type, where she starts off kind of evil, and then as time goes on, she ends up becoming a good snake. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give her like a sock at the end here. Well, it's going to feel like that. Oh, no, I don't like that. Because I kind of want to make something that's similar to those boots. Alright, and then we're going to see this that comes in like that. And then under here we're going to see a bit of her stomach as well. Let's go like that. And then this is going to be her stomach here too. And this whole part here is going to be her stomach as well. Oh, wrong eraser. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to get her stomach drawn. So I got a good idea of how her dimensions are going to. Let's bring her down a little more. Let's put her like that. I'd like to cut off a bit on her tail there. Now let's really bring this microphone up a little more. Oh yeah! And let's really make it an apparent wrestling ring. It's funny that I've like completely sold myself onto this wrestling thing. It's okay, this is just a sketch. I don't like it like that though. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bit of like drop to it. That doesn't matter. Alright, I think that should work out. Ooh, I got an idea for the end of her tail. Let's make her like a cobra, or I mean a rattlesnake. I'm gonna put Chun-Li spikes on it. The theme song is stuck in your head. I've never heard it, Isaac. I'll have to listen to it after I'm done drawing this character, so I have an idea. Alright. I think I've pretty much come to the end here. Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't want to see that one. It's got these ribbons in her hair. No, I don't like that. We'll just see one on each side. Alright, so now I lower this down. Oh, jeez. Let me write the names down. Atomic Betty / Mia / Chun-Li. Can't have slashes. It needs to be a letter, so I'm going to put X. Usually I put X. Just this one time I decided not to. There we go. Just give me one moment. My wife keeps calling me over and over and over and over again, and I just want to make sure it's not like an emergency because I keep hanging up on her. Something tells me that she just forgot that I'm live streaming. There we go. Alright, so if it's an emergency, she'll text me. I'm waiting for the Pokemon Direct tomorrow. Oh, Xeno! Me too. And tomorrow I was going to go make a sweater for my comic book so I can start wearing it at conventions, but I have to fill in for somebody at work. I've got my Thursday off, so I'm going to end up going to the shirt printing place on Thursday instead, but I really want to go tomorrow. Alright, here we go. Anyway, I'm pretty excited for the Pokemon Direct. It's going to be awesome. Come on, there we go. I know your wife, right? If I remember correctly. For sure, man. She's been doing conventions with me for... Jeez. How long now? Well, since I've been doing conventions. So you always see her. She's like the blonde girl that's like cosplaying as my characters from my comic all the time. Alright. Alright, all good. Nothing important. So I don't know if any of you are excited, but there's the game Bloodstained coming out in like a couple weeks. I'm pretty excited for that game. I love Castlevania, and seeing a game made by the creator of Castlevania looks pretty sweet. Like, I've been seeing like a lot of mixed things on it, but I have the feeling it's like one of those games that'll be like kind of like Diablo, so when it comes out maybe it'll have a couple of problems, and then as time goes on it'll just get like patched and it'll be super good. Man, I really made this girl sadistical. Well, no, let's just say that she's a strong, powerful woman that's in charge and likes to take advantage. Let me just check out Mia's eyes. Regular eyes. Well, I'm going to give her snake eyes. Like a Lamia should. Like a Lamia do. Let's see if I can't do this properly. Get that in there like that. Get this in here like that. Microphone piece has to come out like that, and then it hooks up there. Now I gotta put her hand on top of that. There we go. I think her hand's a little small. Let's make it a bit bigger. There, like that. That's good. Alright, get her arm in there. I don't need to go all the way because she's got like those poofs on her shoulders. Don't want to have to end up drawing too much that I'm going to end up erasing. There we go. So yeah, the Pokemon Direct tomorrow. That is exciting. I can't wait for that. Is everybody on here Pokemon fans? Out of curiosity. Oh, my eraser. No, it's not good. That's annoying. Anybody here like any major Pokemon fans? I mean, I heard like when the new Pokemon game comes out, I already have my shiny Perfect IV routes that I had spent a long time breeding to get, and like female hidden ability, egg moves, just everything about her is like good to go, and I want that to be my starter Pokemon. So she's in my Pokemon bank right now, but boy oh boy can I not wait till they come out with Pokemon Home so I can transfer her to Pokemon Home and then make her my main when I start the game, because I'm actually not going to start the game when everybody else does. It's going to be tough, real tough, but I'm not going to play the game until I can use her as my main, like at the beginning of the game, because I've always dreamed of getting to do that, you know, like having my favorite Pokemon as my starter. Me, I'm always a big Pokemon fan. My prediction is that the champion is the Queen/King royalty, whatever, of GRRRRREAT. Yeah, I could see that being a thing. So what's all y'all's favorite Pokemon? I know, that's a tough question. Oh man, I can't do that line like that. My hand's just not able to bend the way I want it to. There we go. It's funny, like I move it around for like a second and it's like, oh, pretty much perfect. Let's just move this a bit like that. Mewtwo. Aw, get out of here, Isaac. Mewtwo. Man, way to be a stereotype. You just go for the strongest, most popular one you possibly can. You know what, Isaac? You're so innocent. When I was a kid, Mewtwo was my favorite as well. I would have said Mewtwo in a heartbeat, and then after that it was Gengar. But this is all Gen 1 stuff. The second I saw Gardevoir, I was like, well, that's it. That's officially my favorite Pokemon. Plus, she's so efficient. My Gardevoir knows like everything, a little bit of everything. She can take care of so many things. Blaziken, Metagross, and Mewtwo. Oh, you too, Robert. You're also a Mewtwo guy. Mewtwo for everybody. I'm also a Mewtwo fan. We're all Mewtwo fans, damn it. Neganadal. I actually like Mega Gardevoir a lot. I like her more than regular Gardevoir. And I have a shiny one, so she's all black and evil. I actually have a few shiny Gardevoirs. I do a lot of shiny breeding when I play Pokemon, like a lot of it. I have a couple like fake Pokemon, I'm sure of it, but I don't have that many. And for the most part, like I just spend hours and hours and hours farming to get them. Like I have a shiny Mewtwo from Pokemon Soul Silver, and I just keeps transferring it down, you know. So it's like it's basically not a very good. Its IVs are okay, and its EVs are perfectly trained because that's like an easy one to deal with. But unfortunately, he has a terrible nature. I think he's like hasty or something like that. So I'm like, oh, gosh darn it. Terrible shiny Mewtwo. But, you know, when you're a kid and Soul Silver, man. Like, he ain't no hack. But yeah, I don't know. I love my Galderval, Gengar, and after that, I'm not actually entirely sure. Like, I have a lot of different ones that I like, and it kind of switches with the seasons. But those are definitely like my top two. I really like Beedrill. Just always a fan of Beedrill. I love Kakuna. And Weedle, like, I don't mind Weedle, but it's just, I like Kakuna a lot. I think Kakuna looks like a badass. And Beedrill's just so cool. It's just he's not particularly super strong. Oh, Gliscor. Gliscor is my third favorite one. I love Gliscor. What an asshole Pokemon. Like, as far as stallers go, this one is just fantastic. I really, really like Gliscor. Because he's an asshole. But, I mean, you know, all's fair in Pokemon. There's also Excadrill and Staraptor. Oh man, Zeno, why don't you just name all of them? Just get in there, man. You like every single one. I know it. I know deep down inside you just want to be like, I can't choose. I love them all, man. Even Mr. Mime. Oh, that's not fair. Mr. Mime's better than the ice cream cone. Hey Eric, are you a fan of DBZ? I am and I'm not. It's like a weird thing. I have all the mangas. I read them when I was a kid and they were all in French because I'm like bilingual, and when I was a kid they were all translated in French before they were translated in English because that's how things were back in the day. Now it's like a mixed bag. But yeah, I used to read the manga and then I started watching the show after reading the manga. And I loved Dragon Ball. I liked that a lot. I was a huge fan of it. When it got to Dragon Ball Z, I liked it at first, but then it was just too much filler and it just dragged on for way too long. So I didn't stick with it. I ended up, like, it's just I liked the manga so much. It was, like, right to the point. And so, yeah, that's kind of like my DBZ history right there. And I haven't watched Super, but I don't expect to be watching Dragon Ball Super. It's just not, I'm just not as into the Dragon Ball franchise as I used to be. I mean, I really wanted to see the Brawly movie, and I just didn't get around to it, and now I'm kind of like, well, I guess I won't be watching that movie either, you know, like maybe one day. Maybe I'll watch it one day, but even then I don't know. I'm very particular with the sort of stuff I watch nowadays. Which is ridiculous because, I mean, I'm drawing all the time, so I'm watching a lot of stuff, and a lot of it's garbage. Like, I watch all these animes that have terrible dubbing, but I just watch them anyway because I'm like, why not? But yeah, they're not always that great, and I could get back into watching DBZ by watching DBS, but I don't think so. If anything, I'm probably going to rewatch the original Sailor Moon before I watch any more Dragon Ball. And I tried watching Sailor Moon Crystal, and I really didn't like it. I mean, 80 episodes to take care of Queen Beryl in the original series, 10 episodes to take care of her in Crystal. And I get that Crystal's following the manga, and they cut out all the filler. And you know what? I don't normally like filler at all, but Sailor Moon had the best filler I've ever seen in any show in my life. I've never seen a show with such good filler. Where there's even stories where I'm like, that's not part of the manga? What the hell? You know, like the whole Cardian, like a side story with like the Doom Tree and everything. It was like it was just such a good story. And it was ridiculous that it was like not part of the actual manga, so like that won't even make it into Crystal. I have Xenoverse 2 on the Switch. I have a character of every race except Majin. Yeah, I never Like I see Xenoverse because I work at an EB Games, or for those of you in America, a GameStop, on like about 15 hours a week. So it like basically allows me to work on my comic book more often, and that's what I do. So because I used to take like a lot of commissions and stuff, and then I realized I wasn't drawing any of my comics, so I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get a part-time job so that I can cover this. And so I did, and it does. It's awesome. And so anyway, I got a job there, so I see all the new video games coming out. It's just I never really delve into them. Let's add that. Let's erase this, and let's erase this a little. But yeah, I saw Xenoverse at my store the other day, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But I don't know if I'll be really playing it, you know? You work in EB Games? Which one? I can't tell you. That's a secret. I don't want tons of people showing up at my job. Eric, can you draw me something? No, man. Sorry. I didn't even tell a bunch of my actual friends which EB Games I work at. What other little design can I put on her belt here? I can do that. But I think I'll just stick with the actual design she has. But she has that design on her chest already. I don't like that. Let's just put a belt like that, and then let's put something like this, because this is what she had on her ears. And I'll do the same thing as what she's got on her ears. I imagine for Sword and Shield a sort of foreshadowing. A kind elderly person meets you during your journey and beats two antagonistic grunts who are harassing you. I just want Galderval to be in the damn game. Ever since Rule 34, they've stopped putting her in anything. She came out in Sword and like she was all popular in X and Y. Rule 34 the hell, and now it's like, well, that's it. Nintendo's like, alright, let's just shove her under the rug and ignore her. We don't want to show off any of these over-sexualized Pokemon. By the way, here's Salazzle. She has sex with humans. Screw you, Pokemon. Give me back my Galderval. Stop being freaked out by stupid internet people ruining it for everyone. If I randomly enter the EB Games you work at, that would be funny. That's true. You'd have to go to a lot of EB Games. You'd waste a lot of your valuable time to be able to find the one I work at, and you'd have to show up on a day I'm working. Like I said, I only work like 15 hours, so that's like 2 days a week, sometimes 3. Alright. I know her tail's going to be covering a lot of that, but it'll be okay. Let me just put like these little petally things on here so that it resembles the one that she's wearing on her arm. I think that'll look nice. Go like that, just so it looks like she's flexing a little more. Oh yeah! You want it? You got it! All of you are pieces of trash. Kneel before me. I am the Atomic Mia. And she's got like a special grip called the Chun-Li. And that's where she wraps her tail around your neck until you're choked out. I'm bored anyway during the week, and I don't know every single EB game, and I'm bored during the week, and I know every single EB Games in Montreal. Well, have fun. Man, if I had that kind of time, I'd just spend it working on my comic all day, every day. Which reminds me, I have to work on my comic. I finished my issue 5, and I'm waiting for the print shop to send me a proof of my trade paperback. I'll be sure to show you all what it looks like when I get it in on one of my Tuesdays. Probably next Tuesday, actually, because I should be getting it this week. If I don't get it by the end of this week, I'm actually gonna be really frustrated. I've had a lot of issues with this print shop. They broke me. Like, I was so stressed out and so messed up that I couldn't even deal with them anymore, and they were making things so difficult. Like, I asked them a question that, like, right when I hired them, I was like, yo, what's this and what's that? And then they just didn't tell me, and they just wouldn't tell me. And I have all these emails proving that I had asked them all these questions, and then they kept wanting to charge me more money for stuff because they're like, well, you keep changing things. I'm like, of course I keep changing things. You're not giving me, like, my base sizing that I need and that I asked for. Why are you making this so difficult? And I saved all my emails, and you'd think, well, why are you printing with them, Eric? Why don't you just say screw that and not print with them? But the problem is that they really don't charge that much, and they do a really, really good print job, and I've been suggested it by a friend. So I'm like, okay, well, my friend suggested it. I'm going to go with this place. And I just have to get through this one hurdle. I'm sure once I'm done getting everything all properly done, then I won't have an issue in the future when I print with them again, because I'll have my sizing done properly always. But yeah, it was terrible. Like, really a nightmare week for me. Like, the past week. Let's see. It's going down. Hold on, I'm like confused. My brain's not comprehending this. It's going like this, it's going like this, it's going like this, and it's still gonna come down like a diamond. Okay, so that. Okay. Just kidding, I'm not gonna bother you. There was that hallucination Meowth had in the Sun and the Moon anime. Oh, I don't watch the Pokemon anime. I would love to, but it's just so hard to watch it. And I got pretty far. No, I didn't. I watched, I think, like maybe the first 5 seasons, and then at one point I was like, that's it, I'm out of here. It was just way too repetitive, and like it just went nowhere all the time. I did watch all the movies though, and the movies were amazing. Definitely a huge fan of the movies. Especially that one with Latios and Latias, where Ash gets some action at the end by one of those Pokemon. Again, Pokemon, give me my goddamn Galdervwall. Quit being hypocrites. Just put her in everything, damn it. Oh yeah! Alright, let me just make sure this is good. Yeah, it's fine. And now I'm going to make another layer to do this tail that's coming out in the front. Well, I must say, everybody, this is like a really fun one. This live stream mashup. Okay, let's hide that for a moment so I can see a bit clearer what's going on under here. Alright, we've got this I've got to erase. Got to erase this over here. I'm going to definitely put some width to my line art, but I'm not going to do it just yet. I'm going to wait till all my base sketch is finished before doing that. Alright, let's fuse all the layers and save. Just seeing my favorite artists at the conventions is enough. And who would that be? The artist to Naruto. Oh my gosh. Speaking of Comic-Cons, I am so excited for Otakuthon. For those of you that don't know, I'm sure I mention it every now and then because I'm always going on about this convention. You know what? And then let's make the stomach part come back up like this. But Otakuthon's my favorite convention, and I really want to go to Anime North super badly. Anime North, man, it's like made for me, that convention. I mean, I'm making a manga, and it's like that's where I'm gonna find all my people at. Especially like if I want to be popular and start making a living out of my artwork, that's where I go. You who you are. Oh, I gotta add the background. Alright, let's make another layer for that. Bend this like this. Do something like that. Get that in, get this over, and erase all of that. So, for the new Pokemon game, anyone here have any guesses as to which starter is going to look nice in its final form? Because I remember when they showed Litten, everyone's like, Litten is so lit, and there was like all that joking going on about it. People were so excited for Litten, and then Litten ended up looking like garbage. You know what? Some people do like Incineroar. I'm literally drawing a wrestling character right now, but I'm just saying that fire fighting, it's like, come on. Or I think it's Fire Dark actually, but it's still like, it's still a cop out, and he really didn't, like, he went from looking super cute to looking like just ugly, and playing the heel of all things, like playing the villain, because he's such a heel character, which is, I don't know, unexpected. The Pokemon Direct is in for 2 days. It's tomorrow morning. For us here in Canada, Isaac, it's gonna be tomorrow morning at, I believe, 6 in the morning. I think it's 6 in the morning here. But they announced that they were gonna do a Pokemon live special thing like early in the morning. Well, I mean early in the morning. They were, anyway. They said that they were gonna do it on the 5th. This is fun because I rarely get to draw like backgrounds. Alright, so I think I can hide that for now. Let's fuse that, make another layer, and start making some of my line art a little bit thicker. The Incineroar beats up everyone in Smash. Well, I still don't think his design looks particularly nice. And you know what's funny? Like, they're so good at doing that, because even before that, you had Delphox, right? It was Finnegan, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, Finnegan's the cutest one. Let's all go with Finnegan. Yay, Finnegan. And then when everybody saw Delphox, they were like, boo, boo. And Greninja ended up taking the show. And nobody wanted Froakie. And I remember when they showed Froakie too, I was like, I'm taking that frog for sure. And then he turned into an emo frog. And then when they showed him as a ninja, I was like, well, looks like I win. Which was pretty cool. Like, Greninja is really a great Pokemon. And the thing is that Greninja is a good Pokemon too. You know, like he's super competitive, especially if you get the one with Protein as his hidden ability. Then you're pretty much laughing. Like that Pokemon is a solid Pokemon. Oh. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Getting a bunch of messages. There we go. So yeah, anyway, like Froakie was awesome. And then you always get like those generic Pokemon that no one cares about. I mean, you know, the only one that avoided it was Bulbasaur, and for a long time, nobody liked Bulbasaur. I know you're gonna say I liked Bulbasaur when I was a kid. Well, you were like that 1%. But over the years, Bulbasaur seems to have grown like this huge, massive cult following, and so now he's super popular because of that. But like, the thing is that Bulbasaur is super great, but Ivysaur, and then, well, Ivysaur's not so bad. Venusaur, man, Venusaur doesn't look so hot. And Blastoise is alright, but it's just Charizard clearly looks like amazing. And the thing is that as much as I love the first versions of these Pokemon, you're not leaving them in that state. You're always evolving them into the third one. I mean, the only Pokemon I don't evolve is, well, Dragonair. Like, I love Dragonair's look so much. It's so, like, elegant, and then to turn it into that ugly Puff the Magic Dragon, no thanks. I never evolve that Pokemon. Not if I don't have to. Like, I have a competitive Dragonite, and then I have a competitive Dragonair, and my Dragonair's just holding, like, an evolution stone so that he could be a bit stronger. I always choose Froakie. He's freaking adorable. Yeah, he is. Froakie's super awesome. But I mean, Froakie compared to Fennekin, I think Fennekin is a lot cuter. Fennekin really looks like an adorable Pokemon. But everything about Chespin is terrible. Oh, poor Chespin. I always thought Dragonite was cool. Well, he's like Puff the Magic Dragon. I mean, at one point, it's all just personal preference, right? Like, I'm just dumping on a design, but that's just because I personally don't like it. I mean, I find Charizard looks like a cooler dragon than Dragonite does. And Charizard's not a dragon. But again, like I said, it's just personal preference. I took about 7 soft resets to get a female Poplio. Yeah. Oh, another good one was Mudkip. Oh man, I love Mudkip so much. And even as Swampert, he looks like a total badass. Oops. Let's try this again. There we go. I like Metagross. My first Swampert was a female. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Metagross is awesome. Metagross is so awesome. I love all the robot Pokemon. I find he looks super cool as a Beldum, and then when he evolves into Metagross, like, I just like that Pokemon a lot. I have a competitive Metagross as well, but I'm always, every time there's a Pokemon I like, I always make a competitive version to it. Even if it's a Pokemon that's really bad and doesn't work competitively, I'll train it properly and try and give it the best possible competitive moves ever and go up against my friends with it, and normally they'll get beat up good, but sometimes, you know, sometimes they're alright. Because people don't expect it, you know? Beldum is a pain to catch, but it's worth it, especially if it was a shiny by accident. Oh, man. Yeah, that'd be sweet. I remember catching a shiny Beldum before, actually. I think it's because it's around the area with the Dittos. I don't remember in one game, but there's like an area where you have to catch this specific Pokemon. You're always in there trying to catch Pokemon, and Beldums keep showing up. And I don't remember which Pokemon I was trying to catch. Anyway, because of that, I ended up getting a shiny Beldum from that. Sun and Moon. Yeah, it was Sun and Moon. What's your favorite legendary Pokemon? My favorite is Lugia. Oh, I love Lugia so much because Lugia is a staller. And I love staller Pokemon. Like, a Pokemon that, like, infects, poisons, or messes up your opponent and then afterwards just puts up shields and is like a heavy tank and is just really evasive and frustrating to deal with is a, like, those are the kind of Pokemon I like a lot. I do like sweepers as well. I mean, Gardevoir's a sweeper and she's my favorite. It's just to say that I think that I really like that Pokemon anyway. I like Lugia so much. I don't know what my favorite legendary one is. For oddly enough, I have a soft spot for Jirachi. I don't know why I like Jirachi so much. I just think he looks cute. Xeno's favorite is Necrozma. Ah, Necrozma looks pretty cool. He looks like a freaking robot. All those robot Pokemon are sweet. Alright. I really like Diancie. I think it's Diancie. And I like Magearna a lot. I actually really like Magearna. I mean, it's like a robot girl Pokemon. Yes, please. I could draw all of her scales on her, but that would take me hours, and it's already been an hour, so ain't no time for that. Yeah, I'm not sure what my favorite legendary Pokemon is. Like I said, I really like Magearna. And as much as I was making jokes about Mewtwo earlier, I'm that stereotype too. I love Mewtwo. He's just such a badass. He looks so cool. He wants to save nature. He's a tormented soul. He's always super cool in all the movies he's in. Oh, actually, I know exactly what my favorite legendary one is. It's weird. I had to talk about Mewtwo in order to remember, because I haven't played Pokemon since first Sun and Moon came out, and I kind of plowed through it in like a month, and then I didn't really do much in that game. I don't know why, but it kind of got me out of Pokemon for like a while, and I'm not going to be playing Pokemon until this new one comes out. But yeah, my favorite Pokemon of all time, Mewtwo, was in the film with them. It's Genesect. I freaking love Genesect. It's a Transformer, straight up, and you can give him the different type of like chips to give him like the type of like typing you want him to have. So you can have like a water chip, you can have like an ice chip, a fire chip. Like, man, he's just so cool. And I love how he transforms like a Transformer too at the beginning of battle. That's super cool. Yeah, Genesect all the way. That's my favorite legendary by far. By far. I really like him. He's really cool. Lion King next month. Well, I'm not gonna go see that. They told me it was gonna be live action, and all those things look CGI to me. I don't think there's a real lion in that whole movie. I'm just messing with you. I know this. Yeah, I don't know. Like I love the animated ones so much, and I feel like the animated one's always gonna hold up too because it's animated and it's animated incredibly well. So if you rewatch it now, it's still very impressive to see. It's very well done. The CGI one's not gonna hold up nearly as long. Like in like 10 years from now, you're gonna look at that CGI one and be like, they could have done a better job with the graphics. And actually they couldn't have because they put tons of money into them. So you'd think it'd be super impressive, but it's less so. Like recently I just rewatched the movie Avatar by James Cameron, and it's beautiful. Beautiful movie. But you know what? The graphics, they hold up, but they don't hold up as much as T-1000 does in Terminator, and that's just because of the way he filmed Terminator with those graphics, which are technically not as good, but the filming was so well done and that it's not as apparent. Another good one is Aliens. You know, James Cameron made Aliens, and he didn't use any CGI, and that movie's incredible. Like, if you watch the second Alien movie, oh man, there's like moments where you're like, how is this not CGI? Like, this guy is hardcore. And yes, James Cameron's the best. Well, he's my favorite. Did you watch the Jungle Book live action? Yeah, I think there's 2 of them. I don't remember which one I watched. But I watched one of them, and I watched the one where the snake, the voice actress, was Scarlett Johansson. And I thought the snake was really cool. I think that was my favorite part of the movie. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah! And in this corner. So I think that's pretty much it. Let me just do this just to be sure I put in everything. Yeah, good enough. Let's get rid of that sketch. The same director of that movie, he did the new Lion King. Yeah, well, the thing is that the Lion King is the Lion King, right? So where the Jungle Book has like real actors, like there's an actual child in the movie and a few other actors, but mostly it's a real kid in the film. In the Lion King, the whole thing's animated, and then it's all CGI animated, with 3D CGI animated. So, like for me, that's why I'm saying like I don't see how they're gonna make it like so different when it comes to the direction. Like they, in theory, could make it exactly 100% the same, only have the 3D graphics. They could even use the same angles. They could even use the same voiceovers and everything. I think that's the one thing that I'm excited about the Lion King is there's a lot of good voices that are going to be in it, like actors that are going to do some good voices. And I think that's like the only thing I'm kind of like I find interesting. All right, y'all. I think I'm about come to an end here. So here is an Atomic Betty, Mia Chun-Li. Been pretty fun, as always. Alright. And now to do my classic closing video adventure. Let me just lower this down. Thus ends my live streaming session for today. Yet the real challenge begins. Listening to my 2-minute long advertisement on me, myself, and I. All links mentioned will be in the description below this video. So, at a young age, I realized that sleep was for suckers, and I could get way more done by avoiding it altogether. Now that I'm older, all I want to do is sleep. I work like crazy, and with your epic support of $3 a month, you not only get access to high quality files with all the sketches or pinups I've done each month, but you give me a few more minutes of rest each day, and I can't possibly express my gratitude for this. So how about praise from a local celebrity? Beep boop beep. I am a Game Boy made out of Lego. I'm used to hold Switch games. I am loved by all, and I in turn love the one who made me. Mwah. Oh, Game Boy, I love you too. Don't tell my wife. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. Please help support Eric. And thank you for those of you that are supporting him. I love you too. Mwah. Oh, old school classic Battleship Game Boy. I love you so much. And you take good care of my Switch games. So some people are into old retro things, like that Game Boy I just showed you. You know who you are. Well, I have all my older sketches and drawings available for purchase on my Gumroad page. Now hold up a second, because this next part is life or death important. My comic book is named Blythe. I write it, draw it, publish it, and I basically do everything for it. I want to give it life like Frankenstein did his monster. But where my comic is my cute, sweet, precious little monster, all of its viewers are the beautiful electricity coursing through its veins. Thank you. So please help my comic give the life it deserves by subscribing to it and rating it a 10 on 10 on my Webtoons page. Now I'm gonna let you in on a secret. I have a blurry photograph of my kids from the future, like in the movie Back to the Future. It's exactly like that. And don't ask me how I got it because I can't possibly tell you. It could mess up with the space-time continuum? No, I'm gonna say it the other way around. The time-space continuum. And with each person that subscribes and likes my YouTube videos, the photo becomes more and more clear. So help out not only me, but little Leo, Raph, Casey, and April at having an existence by hitting that subscribe and like button. You know who else is super important to the rise of my future empire? Did I say empire? I meant fun, friendly, magical friends of the future fun. Well, it's you. Do you like sketching or drawing? What about making awesome costumes or cosplays? Well, you do some fan-related stuff to my comic Blythe, and I'll assure you a seat in my future galactic foothold, as well as advertising your fan stuff on all my social medias. Did I say galactic foothold? I meant Adventure Friends Infinity Team, of course. Well, I have to go now, but don't forget that you deserve to have an awesome rest of your day. So I'll be seeing ya.